So we are planning to go through another investigation today. Are you ready to investigate? Okay, good, yay, this is way better than last week's.
I am Nurse Kelly today, and this is Nurse Ronnie. And we are in character for today's investigation, which is Red Flag Mania.
Medical mystery.
Intentional teaching is the art of being knowledgeable about your subject, but also preparing for what the students will learn.
We are very thoughtful about what we share with the students. We have meetings, we plan it out. Sometimes we go into character, but we really want our students to have a true experience when they come to the class.
Now, fraud can be prevented. Everyone is going to try to rationalize why the person in question could not be doing the crime. But safeguards have to be put in place, and it's not to give the employee a hard time, but it's really for the corporation because you are creating good operational controls. What we're going to do is watch a film. As we watch this film, it's 16 minutes. You're going to look for red flags, and then I need someone at the end of this film to explain to me what the problem is that we are going to be addressing.
Something seems wrong. Even Lily's noticed strange side effects.
We will stick to Canterplex.
I am Professor Julia Ariel Rohr. I'm an assistant professor of accounting. I loved that we started with a very well done video that it felt like a drama and a mystery. And when that video ended, I was left with a lot of questions and then got me excited about getting into the documents and talking with the students around me.
You're going to work together in your teams for 15 minutes, review the evidence, and then I want you to tell us who's most responsible for the crime that's happening. Are you ready?
Something that we learned in audit is like incentive for fraudulent financial reporting. I think that's like
because they want to meet the forecasting, the expected forecasting.
Exactly, and he also that's like also pressure. So he's going to do like anything he can to just like relieve that. I mean,
yeah, because it says interest on from your 2016 1040, so that'd be his personal taxes. And then also the motive.
Stuff from showed more about Dennis Harvey than I did about Joshua Stone.
So red flags, they're not always a sign of trouble, but they are things for us to look at. Do you want to know who's most responsible?
Questions about the relationship between Brightway Pharmaceuticals and Dawson Lab.
Every group is required to find at least 4 fraud schemes used in the crime. Make sure you read it, split the list up, because this is when you're learning about the various schemes, and then you can apply to the case you're learning the application of the schemes in the case.
Let me introduce you to Kazuno. What is Kanuzo?
And this man fully pushing out $241,000 in a year. That's crazy.
A check written payable to cash can be transferred or deposited by anyone.
He might have thought he could get away with it because the drug doesn't have side effects. So he's like, oh, they won't know this for a while.
Oh my gosh, it was so engaging and fun. Even the more quiet people at my group, they were in the documents and they would kind of speak up and be like, oh my gosh, Pearl died. So it was clear that for the folks that have various interpersonal styles, various learning styles, it seemed to be working for everybody.
So we will go around to the different groups and identify fraud schemes.
Vendor invoice false billing after there was some sort of shadiness going on with the voicemails.
Ah, you listened to the voicemails?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you notice from the voicemails?
They said they would get a good deal and get discounts from the doctors.
Our strongest one was the alteration of the drug because we had noticed that they had tested Cantaflex 3 times and it failed all 3 times. They still released it.
So what we really like about this exercise is I think the combination of both using financial and non-financial information. I mean, just imagine looking at the obituary and being able to link that obituary to understanding a financial issue that the organization's experiencing.
And I loved that it finished with the actual story. So it's You got your appetite whetted from the video, you look at the actual documents, and then you have a debrief, and then you see how it played out in the real world. That whole cycle seemed very thoughtful and seemed like a very effective tool at learning, and the time flew for me. I would definitely use Red Flag Mania in my classroom. This is exactly the type of thing that we need to get more students in accounting.
So for next week, we'll be doing the Red Flag Mania Ethics Dash, which is, you guessed it, another investigation, but in a nonprofit sector.
We will look at various suspects to determine who stole the money. Are you ready to investigate?